Most mental health issues, I believe, are actually caused from work and not from trauma. And let me explain why. Whilst a lot of mental health issues are absolutely going to be caused from trauma, I want you to think about what we spend every single day doing across the world, and it's working. We work, and the way nearly everyone works is pretty much going to be the same. And I've got a list of 33 things, which I'm not going to go over all 33, but I'm going to pick 5 of them, 5 that I think are actually the most damaging about work, and explain how these are actually going to be causing you mental health issues. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the first one. And the first one is you can't make your own choices. And the things I'm talking about is you can't choose what to wear. You can't choose when to eat. It doesn't matter if you're hungry, you're not allowed to eat. You can't choose when to go to the toilet. You can't choose what time you can get there. You can't choose what time you can leave. You can't actually choose what you decide to do during that time. You can't decide how you speak, what you say. You can't decide if you're allowed to get a job because you have tattoos, or you have different coloured hair, or they just don't like you. You can't choose any of it. And think about this. Most people are going to agree having a controlling person or a controlling partner is typically the example. If they're telling you you can only eat this and that, or you can only eat at this time, or you can't wear this, you have to wear that, that's abuse. But when it comes to work, it's not seen like that. And I think the biggest disconnect is actually the fact that we label it as work. Oh, it's just work. But what is work? Work is made, and it's made by people. So the people at the top, people who make these rules, they're actually abusing you. They're emotionally abusing you. Just as if you had an emotionally abusive, controlling partner. And the actions are the same. So think about that, just that one factor of work. Everyone's in an abusive relationship with work, with people with power. And these sorts of relationships, they destroy people. They lead people to drink. They lead people to drugs. They lead people to suicide. And that's serious. That's a serious thing that really it needs to be accepted first before anything can happen. The second one I want to talk about is power dynamics / pretty much blackmail. And it's the way work has been made. If you don't go to work, you don't deserve to eat. You don't deserve to drink. You don't deserve to sleep. You don't deserve basic human rights. And this can be branched throughout the whole working system, right? You want to stand up to a boss or a manager or whoever, and you're being told, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. And let's say it wasn't your fault. You might not be able to stand up to that person because they can make your life a living hell to the point where you have to leave or they somehow get rid of you. And if that happens, your life is quite literally on the line. Think about how much stress that causes people. And think about this on top of it. Most people are happy to say that they don't earn enough. They don't have much free money, spare money. They don't have any. So even if you are okay with working and you think it's fine, but you don't have any money at the end of the day. So you can't leave. If something goes wrong, you go into debt. And then those people make your lives a living hell. And actually your life is constantly threatened all the time. Imagine how stressful that is. What sort of strain that will put on your mental health. It makes people feel depressed, suicidal, anxious, manic, running around trying to keep on top of everything. That's the sort of damage that this can cause. And again, think about it outside the scheme of work. What if someone came along and said, you need to do this, or I'm going to take everything you need to survive away from you? Abuse, right? The third one I've got on here is you're unable to see your loved ones. People you care about, your friends, pets. Where do most people spend their time? They spend it at the workplace. You don't get time to connect with your partner. You don't get time to spend with your dog. You don't get time to see friends. Most people don't have time to do it because of work. And then on top of that, they get dragged away from these people because, again, they have to go. They have to do it. Otherwise, you don't survive. The fourth one I've got is doing the same thing every single day. Now, it's not actually every single day for most people, but it feels like it. And I think most people, they really notice this. I mean, you go to work, right? We go to work, and it's same, swear word, same stuff every day. I ask them how they are. Same stuff every day. It's Monday. I can't wait for Friday. And there's loads of reasons that goes into that, why people say that. But it's the mundaneness. It's the same. You're at the same, you get up, you do the same thing, you get to the same place at the same time, the same way, you do the same job every single day, and then you leave the same way, and you get home, you have dinner the same way, you might talk to your partner for 30 minutes, and then you go to bed. Sounds like a method of torture. It's inhumane. People don't function like that. And people wouldn't if they wasn't forced into it. And again, think about the stress that puts people under. Doing the same thing every single day. It's depressing. It's mundane. It's emotionally torturous. It's hard. It's extremely hard to deal with. Especially when you're not choosing to do that too. Number 5. Work keeps you busy constantly. Everyone is stressed at work. Nearly absolutely everyone. People are overworked. They're doing too many hours. They don't get enough time off. They're stressed because they don't even make enough money. And you're there for too long. And you've got too much to do. And the issue with this is it keeps you busy, right? And when you're busy, you're unable to think about how you're feeling. You're unable to take the attention away from what you're doing and acknowledge how you're feeling. So you're actually suppressing your emotions. 8-10 hours every single day. And that's a lot of suppression. Think about that over a period of time. And then when you suppress these emotions, this is what the causes of suppression can be. Depression, anger, anxiety. Honestly, it can be anything. Absolutely anything. When you have your time taken away from you, you don't have any choice. When do you get to sit down and work on your mental health? Everything goes into work, even when you're off. You've got to be in bed by a certain time. You've got to do the shopping before the week comes around, otherwise you're not going to eat. You've got all these maintenance jobs to do. Car tyre needs inflating. Washing up needs doing. Dishwasher needs doing. You need to answer these messages, sort out these bills, call up these people because they've made a mistake. You don't get any spare time. And then what do people do? They make spare time, right? But they're not making it. They're sacrificing something. They sacrifice their sleep. They want to go out and enjoy themselves. So they get up earlier. Or they go to bed later. And then that causes mental health and health issues too. All of it circles around. And it's awful because people are then told, you need to do mental health work. You need to exercise. You need to eat healthy. How? And why? If you was in an abusive relationship and your therapist went, don't get rid of your partner who's causing you all this damage. Don't leave. Go to the gym. Start eating some salad. You would think, what the are they going on about? But we do it with work. And it's hard, so hard to accept that this is what you have to go through every single day. So hard. People don't do it. They know it deep down. I hear it. I hear it every day. And I feel it. But the first part is acceptance. That is what you have to go through. Another thing that happens is people can't deal with anything because they don't get any time. And then they eat, they drink, they do drugs, they do dangerous things. They do things that comfort them. They make them feel in control. However, they feel neglected. They do those things, and a lot of those things end up being damaging. And they cause further health issues. And then you're in a constant cycle of you're constantly stressed. Now you're constantly eating junk, which is now causing you more health issues, which then encourages bad mental health. You're stuck. And the only way to get away from that is to accept. Accept it's happening and then do something about it. And that is hard because a lot of people can't. A lot of people, they only get a small sliver of the weekend to process some emotions. Yeah, if you're watching this video, I'm glad because I hope I can help you. But yeah, that's all for today. Bye bye.